Hi guys, so I'm going to continue on with your answering technique for section 1 questions for the Higher Design and Manufacture exam. Today I'm going to look at the section 1B questions, which usually focus on manufacturing processes that would be used to mass produce the products that you're given on the first page. This time you only need to identify three processes from across the two products. But again, it might be useful when you're practicing these questions at first to tick or highlight which parts of the product you know the process for in the first instance. So for the Rise Torque kitchen trolley, off the top of my head, I know the processes used for the tubular frame, the pine handle, the nylon caster wheels and bearings, and the stainless steel wheel bolts. So I've put a tick beside those. When you're answering these questions, they usually always are worth 6 marks again. You will get a mark for each correct manufacturing process that you're able to identify, and a mark for each correct justification or explanation that relates to the part or the product that you're talking about. It's important to note that finishing processes are also acceptable answers here. So if you can tell that the product has been powder dip coated or galvanised, those would also be acceptable processes to write about. All three of your answers should be for a different process. So if you know that parts from one trolley and parts from the second trolley are both injection moulded, only write about one injection moulded part. Try and get 3 different processes. And your 3 answers must cover both products, but that should be easy enough to do. There's plenty of parts to talk about for both products. What is a valid answer? So again, we're using a similar structure to before. You're going to want to introduce the process and part you're explaining as your statement. So injection moulding would be used for the nylon caster wheels of the Rise Torque trolley. Why do we do this? It introduces the process that you've identified, and that's where you're going to get your first mark from. And it also introduces what product you're talking about, making it easier for the marker to see clearly what product you're mentioning here. Your next stage is to give your reason. So this is where you're going to show your knowledge of the process and the identifying features of that process. So for injection moulding, we know that that would provide accurate repeatability. Why do we do this? This is where you pick up your second mark. So if you can give a correct justification for your process from the statement part, you should be able to get your 2 marks. And lastly, you want to link back. So explain why it's suitable for this part or product. So for this example, it's going to provide accurate repeatability for all 4 wheels of the trolley to be identical. And again, the reason we do this is because it rounds off your answer and it demonstrates your higher ability to link back to the product itself. So in full, you would get 2 marks for that explanation, your correct identification of injection moulding for the caster wheels because it's a plastic product, and also your correct justification of accurate repeatability to give you identical wheels. It's a good succinct answer and it gives you 2 marks. You get 1 for your process, like I said, and 1 for your explanation. With 3 explanations structured in this way, you're probably going to be looking to write about a third of a page of A4 for question 1B. It's sometimes possible to pick up half of the available marks per explanation, even if you've got the wrong process for a particular part. They do what we call positive marking with the SQA, and if your explanation or justification for the process is correct, you might still get a mark for that. So if you had, for example, said for the nylon caster wheels that die casting was the appropriate process, which we know is not the case because die casting is for metal, you wouldn't get the mark for the process. But if you had also said something about high quality finish or accurate repeatability, you would get the mark because that is an appropriate explanation for die casting as well. So you would get 1 out of the 2 marks for an answer like that. A perfect answer would look like this. You can easily write 3 simple explanations, making sure you refer to the product in every explanation to pick up 6 marks there. So we've talked about 3 different processes: injection moulding, extrusion, and CNC routing. And I've given an appropriate justification using identifying features to gain the 6 marks there. And that is how you would answer a section 1B question.